Hello, this is Moises, and this is my project about how calculus is used in the career path of a physicist. So I chose this career path because it is something that I am interested in. I would like to become a physicist. That is like my main goal right now. I would say that is probably the thing I would do if I do anything. And I chose this because with physics, a lot can be done. You can help the world through a lot, researching stuff. So doing things like helping to solve the energy crisis through nuclear fusion reactors and such as things like that is one way that a physicist can help the world become better. So the skills that are required for this job would include being persistent, flexible, being very thorough, having initiative, and having the knowledge of physics and math. So I would say the personality trait that I currently have that would benefit me in this career would be having the persistence, as I can, if I do my homework or whatever, I always do it. I'm persistent enough to do it even if I don't want to. I always get it done. So that's what I would say would help me to do it, get through this job or get through this career. So the amount of years that can typically be spent studying is from about 4 minimum, going up to 8 and 9, depending if you want to go for a doctorate's degree or not. But for the most part, it is around 8 or 9, because you would rather have a PhD so you could get a better paying job and whatnot. Types of degrees, as if you would want the bare minimum, you have to have a bachelor's for jobs in the federal government, stuff like that. But for the most people working in research or teaching, so in college professors or whatever, they're looking at PhDs and around that masters to be doing that. When some of the schools that include very prestigious physics programs and stuff are Harvard, Princeton, Stanford, MIT, and Caltech. Those are some of the very top schools. They have the best of the best cream of the crop type physics programs. And so some of the job duties that a physicist would have would be to have to be very thorough, basically. So if they need to check on their experiment, they need to make sure everything is very thorough. So yeah, and not only that, but they also have to triple check and stuff, so to make sure that everything goes right and whatnot. So that is it for the jobs and responsibilities and stuff like that. So for the amount of jobs and careers available, it changes every year, but overall it always increases because people always leaving the field and whatnot, going to retire or just changing their job or whatever. But the projected openings is about 1,500 each year. And for the salary range, it goes from about 164,000 a year is the average, and starting pay is around 112,000 for this career. And technology that is used in here would be lasers, particle accelerators, electron microscopes, mass spectrometers, and other things like that help them conduct these experiments where they could learn and stuff. So for how calculus is used in the physics, one for sure major thing is with the derivatives. So because in physics the derivative is basically like if you have the original, like the like an object moving, and you take the derivative of the function that shows the object moving, you get its velocity. And if you take the second derivative of that position function, you get its acceleration. So that's one way that calculus ties into physics. Another way is with the integrals. So integration, with integration, like let's say you like only have like the acceleration, for example, you can find the position with the acceleration function and get it. So you could find out where the object is at a certain time if you have the acceleration. And the way that technology integrates with calculus in this career is with like computers. So like the computers are able to do like these very complicated math equations and stuff, so that like really saves out on time for the physicist. So like some of these problems can take up to like months or even years to solve. So with the use of computers, that really shortens down the time a lot, so that they won't have to do it as much and like they don't go crazy doing the math, you know. But yeah, so like for math, if you continue how to do it and you continue going like doing math courses or whatnot, that will undoubtedly help you in your career as a physicist, because like the more exposure you have to, like the better off you're going to be. So you're gonna have like more exposure, you're gonna know how to do it more easily and stuff like that. So it's just like basically the more practice you have, the better you are at it, just like with everything else in life. So it's one way like how the continuous exposure of math will enhance your career. So things that I learned here is that physics can be very complicated and convoluted. It can be because like especially like the different branches of physics, like quantum mechanics, especially that one's very very complex and stuff, and like nuclear physics, or like things to do with like sound and stuff and light, they could get very complicated very quickly. So that's like something I didn't know. Especially it's crazy how crazy they get. So one thing that I think is good about this career is how helpful it could be. So like how it can really like help out the world, like learning new stuff is always good. It advances us so that we become like better and make more like better stuff, like better technology and stuff, which could help us out. Like as previously stated, it helps us. It can help us with like energy and stuff like that. And as for things I'd like to know more about this career, I'd have to say is like learning about the different like different branches of physics that there are, because I know some of them are very interesting, like quantum mechanics. It's very interesting, the things that happen in quantum mechanics. At least I believe it's very interesting. So things around those type of lines are very interesting to learn about.